Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another live stream, and I did one a couple of weeks ago, and have had these ones planned for a while, and so I knew this is going to be kind of hectic, but that is okay. I absolutely love doing this. Earlier today I was actually listening to "The Stranger" by Billy Joel, which came out 48 years ago today, and we will be doing a 50-year live stream in a couple of years, 2 years from tonight. So make sure you mark your calendars for that. But in addition to that, I was listening to the songs that inspired this particular record, which means songs that I was really into in 2014, or that kind of seeped into my subconscious as I was trying to access these feelings. And so basically, this album, for those of you who have been following my musical journey over the past handful of years, it started off really well with this particular person, and just kind of out of nowhere, it went bad, and I still don't really have an answer as to why. But anyway, before that, I had written this album called Faith, Hope, and Love, and it was a lot more positive and filled with love songs and all of that, and kind of the reaction to this rebound relationship that I had, that even outside of this other person, it just like wasn't working. We just weren't compatible, and that was frustrating and whatever. But I had this kind of light, not that one, but this person that really made me happy, and so I kind of came to that realization and started pursuing that. So this is just kind of the happiness that came with that realization. Anyway, this is the Faith, Hope, and Love live stream, and the whole thing is Faith, Hope, and Love is a Choice, because the second portion is Love is a Choice. But this is the first song off of Faith, Hope, and Love, and this is a song called Melt. This was before I relearned how to play the piano officially, and so I actually wrote this on guitar, but it sounds much better on piano because it was inspired by the song Not Over You by Gavin DeGraw, who I actually got to see live in concert a couple of years ago, and he's terrific. But anyway, this is Melt, and I hope you enjoy it. Hang on, give me 1 second. There we go. I know you were well enough. We gave it a shot, but for me it was only lust. I dreamed that you'd be mine one day, but it was not what I'd hoped for when it finally came. 'Cause my one true love I met somewhere down in southern Spain, and without her tried to fill the void, but it only led to pain. Didn't like what the mirror showed when I looked at myself, and I run around and now realize she's the only one who makes me mad. I thought that I had something to prove. You thought that I was yours to lose. We went about everything so wrong, trying to go after what was never there all along. 'Cause my one true love I met somewhere down in southern Spain, and without her tried to fill the void, but it only led to pain. Didn't wedding day. 'Cause my one true love I met somewhere down in southern Spain, and without her tried to fill the void, but it only led to pain. Didn't like what the mirror showed when I looked at myself, and I've run around, but now I realize she's the only one who makes me mad. 'Cause my one true love I met somewhere down in southern Spain, and without her tried to fill the void, but it only led to pain. Didn't like what the mirror showed when I looked at myself, and I've run around, but now I realize she's the only one who makes me mad. And I've run around, but now I realize she's the only one who makes me mad. All right, and that was Melt. Like I said, inspired by Not Over You by Gavin DeGraw, and the first track off of my album, Faith, Hope, and Love, which I am showcasing today as part of the Faith, Hope, and Love is a Choice video series, or live stream series, I should say. So that song is really interesting because, in addition to dealing with all of those feelings and whatever, so while I was in Spain, I had gotten an email from the placement coordinator at my alma mater. At the time, I was still involved, or enrolled, I should say. But I get this email, and she says, "Hey, what's your car situation for student teaching in the fall?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have a car and I don't have a license." And so she's like, "Cool, hear that loud and clear," and sent me to a school about 40 minutes away from campus. No car, no way to get there, because I couldn't drive and whatever. So I'm like, okay. That's ridiculous. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I didn't find this out until like July or August. And so I, ended up taking the driver's exam multiple times. Actually, in total, took me 10 tries to get it. And about 4 days before I moved to Memphis, I finally did. But anyway, so the pressure's on to get this license. And, it was August 8th of 2014, and I'm sitting, in line at the DMV waiting for an appointment. I didn't even have one, but hoping that something opened up, and I had my songwriting notebook with me, and so I ended up jotting that down. And there's actually a relatively famous person who has heard that song, and that is Mr. Jeremy Messersmith, because I had a songwriting lesson from him, and I played him that one, and I played him Wild Wild West, and we ended up just kind of jamming and talking music, because I wasn't super into co-writing at that point in time, and a lot of my songs were pretty polished. But he told me, he said, "Man, you have a great sense of narrative," which is the best compliment, other than, your hair makes you look like Bob Dylan, which it did at one point in time. But that's, one of the best compliments that I've gotten, certainly from somebody of Jeremy Messersmith's stature. But anyway, so that was kind of like all of that stuff played in when when I was writing for this album. And so having that ray of light, that hope, in all of that darkness and all of that was just huge. And by that time, I had just called off the kind of rebound relationship like 4 days earlier, and so kind of came to this realization, and that was that. So I'm going to switch over to guitar actually for the rest of the time. And this next song was inspired by the song "Highway Don't Care" by Tim McGraw, and it actually features Taylor Swift on vocals, who I cannot stand. But there's this part in the chorus that inspired some of my song and whatever. And so that's kind of the earworm of the song, which is kind of the point. But anyway, so this is a song called um, sorry, that motorcycle distracted me there. This is a song that is called "You're Not Over Me," and basically these were all of the voices in my head. That were saying, like, you're not over me and you got to do something about that for various reasons. And yeah, I just really liked it. And there was a song that was called Like a Clown Regrets His Tears, that was originally going to be on this record, and it was inspired by Tin Can on a String by Brad Paisley. And for one reason or another, I scrapped the song and replaced it with this one. And I played this at an open mic night in front of somebody who I studied abroad with, who I also am not a huge fan of, but anyway, she knew who it was about, and so that kind of made it a little bit more powerful. But this is "You're Not Over Me," and I hope you enjoy it. This world is filled with promises that get broken. Words that are meant to be said but never are spoken. You didn't want silence if something was felt. I tried to keep my feelings to myself, and although I did a good job of that on most days, still somehow in my mind I could hear you say, you're not over me, you're not over me. I knew it. I'm sorry I'm too broken, sorry I'm too broken to go through it. You're not over me, you're not over me. I knew it all along. You're not over me, you're not over me, but this is not where I belong. Coming back from Spain, I tried so hard to fill the void. Our physical attraction was evident, but in the end I just got annoyed. I tried to tell her it was over, tried to call it off, but her feelings provided such a roadblock. I knew she was no good for me, but I couldn't turn her away, 'cause every time I tried to, I could hear her say, you're not over me, you're not over me. I knew it. You're not over me, you're not over me, so let's do it. You're not over me, you're not over me, we can make it. But I was over, so I faked it. In August I realized I loved you. In November you realized the same. I knew it wasn't over that 13th night in May. You're not over me, you're not over me, I knew it. You put up your defense, it did not make any sense, I saw through it. You're not over me, you're not over me, and I'm not over you. If we're not over, what's the point in getting over something we should do? All right, and that was "You're Not Over Me," like I said, inspired by "Highway Don't Care" by Tim McGraw and company. That song also, I forgot to mention, features Keith Urban on the guitar, which is it's a really terrific solo at the end. But yeah, great song. Also, the album that's on is called "Two Lanes of Freedom," and that's just a really cool visual to me. So this next song, I very rarely use names in songs, like actual names, but this one just fit too well. And it's this is a song called Katie, and it was inspired by "I May Hate Myself in the Morning," and that's by Leanne Womack. And when I was reflecting on this, because again, a lot has happened in 11 years, as you'll see in the next week's song. A lot happened in a year and a half to change all of that. But anyway, um, this is a song inspired by "I May Hate Myself in the Morning" by Leanne Womack. And now I actually know somebody who has written a song that Leanne Womack cut. Um, it wasn't this one, but that's just crazy to me that like this is an inspiration, and that song "Last Call" was an inspiration as well, for other reasons, and so it's just kind of wild how life works out like that. But anyway, this next song is called Katie, and this is kind of reflecting on the end of the rebound relationship, and kind of talking to the person that I knew I really had feelings for, and just kind of telling her that, like, hey, that was a mistake, but you're the one that I want to be with. And yeah, hard for me to not give away the ending. But anyway, this is Katie, and I hope you enjoy it. Katie, I know this might seem strange, but after thinking I have had a change of heart, thought once she was finally mine that everything would be fine, but it tore us apart. After boyfriend number 3, her instincts brought her back to me, but it wasn't what I planned. Katie, please forgive me, I hope you'll understand. Katie, I am weak inside. It took me too long to realize it wasn't love. She put those words in my mouth, so I was forced to spew them out. But when push came to shove, I didn't have the heart to say the feeling it had gone away, so we had to disband. Katie, please forgive me, I hope you'll understand. Think of all the things we've done to know there's more where that came from down the road. After you, I took a step back, but now my mind's again on track. I finally know. Promise your heart will stay open, even though you swear you're broken. If you need a hand, Katie, please forgive me, I hope you'll understand. Katie, I still love you, I hope you'll understand. Think of all the things we've done, to know there's more where that came from down the road. After you, I took a step back, but now my mind's again on track. I finally know. Promise your heart will stay open, even though you swear you're broken. If you need a hand, Katie, I still love you, I hope you'll understand. Katie, I still love you, I hope you'll understand. All right, and that was Katie. Like I said, inspired by "I May Hate Myself in the Morning" by Leanne Womack, which led to me becoming very obsessed with that rhyme scheme. It's a really cool rhyme scheme, especially in the context of the song. So kind of a fun thing about those lyrics in that third verse, there is a line that says, "No, there's more where that came from down the road." The album that I May Hate Myself in the Morning is on. It's called "There's Plenty More Where That Came From," and so, or "There's More Where That Came From." I think "Plenty More" is what it is, and so I love it when I'm able to like sneak those little references in there. But it's just a terrific song, very relatable. Too, that like you just kind of wind up with someone you shouldn't be with, but like, who else do you have? And so it fit that theme very well. But the first half of the record, in case you haven't noticed, is just kind of that back and forth of talking about what was and what could be. And this next song was inspired by Hallelujah, originally by Leonard Cohen, and then take your pick for whichever version you love the most. I love his. It's got that choir in there, and it's just absolutely terrific. But anyway, this is a song called "Since I Found You," and I hope you enjoy it. I talk about you like no one else. I feel so happy with myself every single time that I'm around you. In the story I dredged up the past, but she and I couldn't make it last. It's that no one else been good enough since I found you. Since I found you, since I found you, since I found you, since I found you. I went back to my high school crush, but saw it wasn't enough. Cracked up new what I thought it would be, what I thought it was bound to. She loved me more than I loved her. I didn't wanna cause any harm, but nothing's been the same since I found you. Since I found you, since I found you, since I found you, since I found you. She taught my ear off about her friends, her romance novels, how they would end, not being able to talk can really ground you. She charmed it on to nervousness, but if she and I were really meant for this, I wouldn't feel like I have since I found you. Since I found you, since I found you, since I found you, since I found you. One day when we're 93, we'll look back at our history and laugh it out. After all these years, I still astound you. I lost sight of it for a while, but the mere thought of us makes me smile, and nothing else has been the same since I found you. Since I found you, 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 since I found you. All right, and that was Since I Found You. So this next one was inspired by the song Nothing by The Script. This is a song off of their second album, Faith, Hope, and Love, or not Faith, Hope, and Love, Science and Faith. Had something to do with faith, but Science and Faith. And this was a standout track for me. It was released as a single, but even before that, it was just an absolutely incredible song. So definitely check that out. But this is a song called Fall Into Me, and I hope you enjoy it. I open my eyes, get ready to face the morning. I look outside my window and see outside it's stormy. Then I see your picture and the clouds start to fade as I think about you and all of the memories we made. I love thinking of us, it was my happiest time back in the day when you were still mine. The distance forced both of us apart, but please know that you'll always have my heart. And I know in your heart you love me as well, even though there might be something you won't tell. I'd be the one to catch you if you fell, so fall into me if you need some loving. I'll wait for you as long as it's required. I promise you now that I will never lose that fire, 'cause I wanna help you live out all your dreams and be there for you when your life is bursting and the seams. I love thinking of us, it was my happiest time back in the day when you were still mine. The distance forced both of us apart, but please know that you'll always have my heart. And I know in your heart you love me as well, even though there might be something you won't tell. I'd be the one to catch you if you fell, so fall into me if you need some loving. Yeah, my love for you's loud as 11. I'll wait even if I must wait in heaven. I'll love you all the days that I'm given. I love thinking of us, it was my happiest time back in the day when you were still mine. The distance forced both of us apart, but please know that you'll always have mine. And I know in your heart you love me as well, even though there might be something you won't tell. I'd be the one to catch you if you fell, so fall into me if you need some loving. If you need loving, loving, loving now, fall into me if you need some loving. All right, and that was Fall Into Me. Like I said, inspired by Nothing by The Script, the song Nothing, that is. Um, but one of my absolute favorites. And you guys will get to see why, next week, why it's good that if I'm waiting for this person in heaven, that I have an eternity to wait. But anyway, more on that next week. So this next one is a song called What I Had in You, and it was inspired by Even the Stars Are Sleeping by Dan Wilson. And there are actually two Dan Wilson penned songs that inspired songs on this record. And this particular one was inspired by Even the Stars Are Sleeping, which is a solo cut. And this was off of an album called Love Without Fear that he wrote after he moved to LA, and kind of the uncertainty behind that. So naturally, the whole album became one of my comfort albums when I was in Sevilla, and along with All About Chemistry by Semisonic. I listened to those whenever I was feeling homesick or whatever. But anyway, so Even the Stars Are Sleeping is the last track on that particular record, and it's just absolutely a terrific song. But this is a song called "What I Had in You," and I hope you enjoy it. Even through all the heartache, even through my big mistake, will you forgive me ever? Will we one day be together? She was nothing more than a distraction, but I was still missing one faction. We get no intellectual attraction. Now I know what I had in you. Now I know what I had in you. Love is a choice, as you stated. Can't prove this now, but we were fated. I fall for you more with each day. My love for you will not go away. My pursuit did not go as expected. It wasn't love I knew as I reflected. Now the wound's deep and infected. 'Cause now I know what I had in you. Now I know what I had in you. You're the only one who can relieve the heartache. I will do whatever it takes. I know I can never lose you. Wish we could do all the things that we used to. I latched onto what was presented. In hindsight, I should have relented. It didn't work out as I intended. 'Cause now I know what I had in you. Now I know what I had in you. Now I know what I had in you. All right, and that was What I Had in You, like I said, inspired by Even the Stars Are Sleeping by Dan Wilson. So there's an interesting line in the second verse that I always forget about that says love is a choice. And it's funny because when she called it off and weaponized the phrase love is a choice, I never remembered her saying that previous to that. that was, a very new thing. I guess I had blocked it out because I was the one she was choosing, right? And so it didn't matter. And so that just was a really interesting line, and always just kind of strikes me as like, ooh, interesting. Um, but yeah, that's just an absolutely terrific song. And more on Dan Wilson's influence in a little bit. But next, we are going to get really introspective, and what better person to do that with than the influence of the late great Justin Townes Earl. I'm wearing his shirt, and it's a pretty faded shirt. But he's one of my absolute favorites, and this song is probably my favorite by him. The song that inspired this song, called "The Trust," is a song called "Unfortunately Anna," and basically his song is about seeing who I think is his daughter, walking along the streets, and she's saying like, "Yeah, I'm tired of all these people and the same old stuff." And the last part of it says, "All this time you've been waiting on the world to change, but unfortunately, Anna, it's you that needs to change." And so I, kind of took that as like, "Hey, I'm supporting you, and I'm, waiting on you to trust me." And I really hope it happens, but I don't know if it will, because you're going to need to put in some effort. Anyway, this is "The Trust," and I hope you enjoy it. So many times when we were together in Spain, I remember holding her in my arms on all of our worst days. The verbal abuse that she took masked quite a bit with her head. She knew that I loved her, but I'll never forget what she said. She said, "I'm thinking about my mother down in Fayetteville, and now she's doing after her divorce. After two men cheated, this ain't something that is easily gonna run its course." She said, "I need some proof that there's something more to these men who are unfaithful time and again. They need the good Lord's forgiveness, though I don't know if that's what they deserve. After everything that they've done to her, honey, I need to let go." One night in early June, she called me up and told me about her stepdad's infidelity. She just poured her big heart out over the phone, 'cause my shoulder wasn't there. She launched into the whole story about his mistresses west of Georgia, and how it all came down when she was halfway across the world, and said, "I'm thinking about my mother down in Fayetteville, and now she's doing after her divorce. After two men cheated, this ain't something that is easily gonna run its course." Said, "I need some proof that there's something more to these men, that there's something more to these men who are unfaithful time and again. They need the good Lord's forgiveness, though I don't know if that's what they deserve. After everything that they've done to her, honey, I need to let go." She said that loving comes and it goes, said, honey, I love you, but my past puts us further down the road. I won't give up on her just because of her past, 'cause she's my everything. Yes, she's my everything, and I'm praying daily that the trust one day comes back. All right, and that was The Trust, like I said, inspired by, unfortunately, Anna by Justin Townes Earl. So I was telling my friend Mark, I said, yeah, these are all, love songs, and they are. That doesn't mean that some of them aren't a little morose. But that's just, comes with the territory, because it was kind of an in-between thing. I do want to point out, I knew there was something else I was going to talk about with the last song, What I Had in You. And there's a line in there about gaining no intellectual traction. And I know exactly what that's referring to, but it's really funny because, this person who, I'm revealing feelings for, didn't understand when she was, she told me at dinner one time in Spain, she was like, Mike, I want to know what love is. And I looked at her and I said, I want you to show me. And she's like, what? She totally didn't get it. And then when we were together at some other point, we were kayaking, and which, first of all, red flag there. But speaking of red flags, she at some point saw this like Confederate flag off in the distance, and it was like up on a bluff, but like you could still tell it was a Confederate flag. And this person who had lived in Georgia her whole life looks at me and she goes, "Is that a Canadian flag?" So I don't know what intellectual conversations I was expecting to have with this person, but maybe about faith and things like that. I think that's probably where I was going with that. But yeesh, dodge that bullet. And more on that next week. So anyway, this next song is a song called Until the Casket Drops. And before I actually do that, I do have something else to explain about The Trust. So I mentioned that was Justin Townes Earl inspired, but the second verse, if you noticed, there's nothing in that verse that rhymes. And I had just figured out that the song America by Simon and Garfunkel did that. I knew the song, but, I'd never really listened for that. And so that's what happened in the second verse. It was really hard to pull off. But that's part of the reason why I enjoy that song so much. Okay, so now we are getting to a song called Until the Casket Drops. So this particular song was inspired by The Story by Brandi Carlile, but I got the name of the song from a ZZ Ward album called Till the Casket Drops, which is where a song called 365 Days appears, and that's just a terrific song. But anyway, so this is Until the Casket Drops, and didn't realize it when I was writing it, didn't do this on purpose, oddly enough, but it's a great use of the subjunctive tense. So yay me for that. But this is Until the Casket Drops, and I hope you enjoy it. All of the borders I have crossed, all of the nights I've turned and tossed, all of the pieces on the ground will put back together with you around. Oh, and it took me getting to Sevilla, Spain, to find the one who can ease my pain. I won't stop until the casket drops. In you I have undying faith. Until I'm dying I will wait. I have had feelings come and go, but with you I have always known that you're the only one who's seen me at my worst in a foreign country, seen all my hurt, so I won't stop until the casket drops. I love you, but at the end of the day, there are no counter arguments to be made. No matter what happens between us, know that I have nothing but love, and I have loved you in exactly that vein since the day we met in southern Spain. So I won't stop until the casket drops. No, I won't stop until the casket drops. All right, and that was Until the Casket Drops, like I said, off of Faith, Hope, and Love, which we are showcasing today. I wrote this starting in August of 2014, and I think ending in March of 2015, if I'm remembering correctly, because that was back when it took me a while to actually write an album, rather than just, 10 days. But this next song is a song called Don't Know If I Will. And this honestly is a front runner for my favorite song on the album, because it's not fully about the relationship. It's just about how much I was struggling when I was in Spain and kind of how, the relationship turned it around. Also, special shout out to my host mom, who did a great job of helping me navigate a mental breakdown, and then my mom too. I'll talk about her role in this particular song after I play it. But this is a song, like I said, called Don't Know If I Will, and it was inspired by Baby Girl by Sugarland. And I think part of the reason why I like this particular song so much is just because of the narrative structure, and you'll see exactly what I mean after I'm done. So this is Don't Know If I Will, and I hope you enjoy it. They say this city is one filled with hopes and dreams. Well, I flew in so pretty. Now I know exactly what they mean. But there was one thing between myself and happiness. I'm checking in with spotty Wi-Fi connection. The city is amazing, but I've lost my direction, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it out alive. Can't find my way out of a bag that's brown. Tell me, how am I supposed to take this town? If I can handle 3 days, how will I make it till month 5? Well, I know you thought I'd quickly run so well, but I don't know if I will. Drop cash on getting fed, even when the show on there was a stigma that just stayed me up inside. Cause we were all in a similar boat, but I just couldn't seem to make mine flow. Thought this was supposed to be the time of my life. I'm checking in on spotty Wi-Fi connection. The city is amazing, but I lost my direction, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it out alive. Can't find my way out of a bag that's brown. Tell me, how am I supposed to take this time? If I can't handle 3 days, how will I make it till month 5? Well, I know you thought I'd quickly run so well, but I don't know if I will. But then I met this girl who turned it around. She picked me up at the lost and found, and together we ran that town. And no matter how cocky it might sound, I can now say I'm checking in with great Wi-Fi connection. Found someone to give me love and affection, and now that I've found her, I look forward to what's in store. Though we may not soar high off the ground, I am so thankful for what we found. I can handle 5 months, but can't say goodbye to her in 4. She swears I'll forget her once she leaves Seville, but I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will. All right. And that was Don't Know If I Will, like I said, inspired by Baby Girl by Sugarland. So Baby Girl is kind of a rags to riches story where she starts off playing at the bar, and then the last verses, or chorus, I should say, is where she says, please don't worry because I'm all right. I'm staying here at the Ritz tonight rather than playing here at the bar tonight. And so it kind of followed that same narrative structure of like, hey, here are all of these struggles, and then the last verse was saying like, hey, I'm good, texting home or whatever, and saying everything's good. And that second verse, so. That second verse is really probably the most personal verse because I ended up getting lost quite a bit in my first couple of days in Spain, and spatial reasoning aside, their street names just like randomly change names without telling you. And so it was really, really difficult. And like I said, my host mom did a great job of saying, okay, these are the 3 plazas you're going to see on the way there. And then you take a right and whatever, and then you'll see them in reverse on the way back. And so she was really, really good about that. And then my mom suggested that I take a cab or something to school, which was a really, really good idea. But it was tough because like no one else was doing it, and it's what I needed. But that's kind of I thought this was supposed to be the time of my life. I thought I was really able to come into my own, or going to be able to, and I was. But those first 2 verses are very, very real. And then the bridge in the last verse talking about the person who stepped in, and we've mutually supported each other, and so that's kind of what made the end hurt a little bit more. But like I said, much more on that next week. So this last song is a song called Stillwater, and this was inspired in title by, there's a Bee Gees song called Stillwater Runs Deep, and I thought like, okay, that's a really cool phrase and all of that, so I thought, okay, what twist can I put on that? Not a Wheel of Fortune and a twist of fate, but a twist of words. So anyway, this particular song was inspired by Someone Like You by Adele. And I mentioned earlier that there were 2 songs inspired by Dan Wilson penned songs, and this is the second one. So I found out that he wrote this song when I read Jake Schlichter's autobiography called So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star. It's absolutely terrific. Anyway, so we kind of talked about, Dan and Adele and all of that. And there's this story from the All About Chemistry sessions when Carole King came in, and the first thing that Dan Wilson said to her when she walked into the studio was, "My mom's a big fan of yours." And she said, "Wow, thanks. That makes me feel really old." And he was so embarrassed, but whatever. So cut to 2011, about 10 years later, 2010 maybe. And, they're writing this song together, Someone Like You. And the first thing Adele said to Dan was, "My mom's a big fan of yours." And so he, knew that was a reference to the Carole King thing. But anyway, the thing that's just fascinating about this co-write is that, it didn't have the bridge and it didn't have the pre-choruses. And those are two things that Dan Wilson is really, really good at writing. And so, of course, my inspiration only has the bridge, not the pre-chorus, but it's worth noting. And this is the last track on this album. And then Someone Like You is the last track on 21, and it really helped Adele come to peace with the whole situation. And so that's what this song does for me. And so that's why I feel like it's the perfect inspiration. But anyway, this is Still Water. And excuse me. This is Still Water, and it was inspired by Someone Like You, the last song on Faith, Hope, and Love. Still Water, and I hope you enjoy it. It's fine, I know your life must move on without the guarantee of us. I want your happiness, please understand that I often love you more than you demand. I pour my heart to you every night. It's that nothing without you feels right. Without that energy, you'd think I'd be drained, but I love you as much as I did in Spain. My love will always be right in your reach. The love of you will always make me weak. I won't repair you, 'cause your soul is nothing but beautiful. Still water truly runs deep as my love for you. Still water truly runs deep in my eyes. Still water for you. Someone else is in, why we're not so. I am still grateful for what we've got. It pains me to think of me with another girl, when in reality you are my whole world. My love will always be right in your reach. The love of you will always make me weak. I won't repair you, 'cause your soul is nothing but beautiful. Still water truly runs deep as my love for you. Still water truly runs deep in my eyes. Still water for you. Giving up would be easy around, but at this point I am sure that you are exactly the one that I deserve. My love will always be right in your reach. The love of you will always make me weak. I won't repair you, 'cause your soul is nothing but beautiful. Still water truly runs deep as my love for you. Still water truly runs deep in my eyes. Still water for you. Still water truly runs deep as my love for you. Still water truly runs deep in my eyes. Still water for you. All right, and that was Still Water. Like I said, the last track on Faith, Hope, and Love, and inspired by the song Someone Like You by Adele, and co-written with Minnesota's own Dan Wilson. One kind of funny story about that co-write, or that being Dan Wilson. One more funny story is that in 2023, I think it was, Adele released an album and then did that like show in New York or whatever, and it was a CBS special. And so she had that going on. She, did Someone Like You. And then that same week, I think Taylor Swift released the like deluxe version, or her version or whatever, which is just a PR stunt. But anyway, she released her version of Red, which contained the song Treacherous by her, but co-written with Dan Wilson. And so there was that. And then the third thing, like in that same stretch, that same weekend, was the Grammy Awards, and Chris Stapleton took home the Grammy for White Horse, which was co-written by Dan Wilson. So just like an absolutely spectacular week to be him. And in February, no less. I envy that. Having a good week in February. That's a wild concept, but fingers crossed. So anyway, this was, like I said, the first part of the Faith, Hope, and Love is a Choice live stream. Join me next week for the thrilling conclusion of this relationship, and as we chronicle the songs on Love is a Choice, which was written about a year later. Actually, if this finished in March of 2015, then it was like less than 7 months later that this was, that this all came together. But anyway, I digress. We will chat about that next week. And thank you, as always, for tuning in. I am Minnesota Mike. And until next Monday, I will be signing off. Although, obviously, I'll have my videos and all of that in between that. But make sure you check out all my other stuff here on YouTube and all the streaming platforms. And then I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much.